Series resistance and inductance RL circuit. Okay. In the previous lecture, so purely resistor, purely inductor, purely capacitor is completed. So then today, so we are concentrating on for series resistance and inductance. Series resistance and inductance RL circuit. Okay. Consider a circuit consisting of a resistor of resistance R ohms. Okay, this is called R ohms, and purely inductive coil of inductance L Henry. Oh, like this. This is called resistor. This is called inductor. So series connection of resistor and inductor. Okay. So in previous lecture, so only by concentrating only inductor or only resistor, only inductor. By connecting the circuits to the source, we are discussed yesterday in previous class. But today, so combination of RL and combination of RC. Okay. So by connecting the source, we have T is equal to Vm sin omega. It's called AC. So for this circuit, this voltage is not equal to the addition of this voltage. VR plus VL is not equal to the directly addition of VR plus VL. VRT is equal to Vm sin omega. This voltage is not equal to the addition of VR plus VL. Okay. So don't add directly VR plus VL for AC. For a DC, this voltage is equal to the this voltage drop and across this voltage drop and this across this voltage drop. Okay. For DC, but for AC, don't take directly. Don't add V of T is equal to VR plus VL. Okay. So in the AC system, so we have to take so vector form or phasor form. Phasor notations or vector notations. So VRT is not equal to the VR plus VL. Okay. So VRT vector is equal to the VR vector plus VL vector. That's called phasor sum of VR and VL. Phasor sum of VR and VL is called phasor sum of VR and VL is called so VRT. So understood. In AC circuit is different. In series circuit, the current flow IRT through R and L will be same. You know when current flow through the R and L is same for series circuit, the current is constant, but in parallel circuit, voltage is constant. Am I right? Current is dividing in parallel circuit. Current is same in series circuit. Okay, but the voltage across them will be different. The voltage across the resistor is called VR and voltage across the inductor is called VL. It's different. Okay, and the vector sum of the voltage across the resistor VR and the voltage across the inductor VL will be equal to the supply voltage VT. Okay, vector sum of VR and VL is called total voltage VT. So not directly VT is equal to VR plus VL. Don't take VT is equal to just VR plus VL. Okay. For example, VR is equal here 2 volts to 3 volts. So VT is equal to 2 plus 3. Don't take like this. Okay. So vector sum of this voltage and this voltage. Okay. Vector sum of voltage across the resistor and voltage across the inductor is called supply voltage. That is called VT. Understand? Waveforms and phasor diagrams. So you know well for inductor, pure inductor. So what is the phase difference between what is the angle between voltage and current for pure inductor? 90 degrees. Am I right? For pure inductor, angle between voltage and current is called 90 degrees because of introducing some resistance. Because of this, the angle between voltage and current will be decreasing. Okay, that is angle is nothing but pi. Okay, actually for pure inductor, 90 degrees. For pure resistor, 0 degrees. Because of this resistance effect, so the angle is decreases. Okay, and that angle is called pi, and that's called the voltage and the current it is called VFT is equal to supply voltage Vm sin omega t. Then IFT is called IFT is equal to Vm sin omega t minus pi. Okay, this is called current flowing through the circuit. Current flowing through the series circuit. So IFT is current flowing through the across the resistor R, and the same current IFT is also flowing through the inductor. Okay, so in inductor across the inductor, you know well, current lagging across the inductor, current lagging by voltage, or voltage leads by current. Across the inductor, current lagging the current lags the voltage by some 90 degrees for pure inductor. For for not pure inductor, so the voltage leads, that means current lags some angle. Okay, But by considering this so total RL circuit, this is called not a pure inductor, no? So we are having some resistance. That's why R. So that's why it's lagging. Okay. Across the inductor, current lags, voltage leads. Okay, current lags because of resistance. The angle is decreases to some angle. It's not equal to 90 degrees. Okay, because of resistance effect. Because of resistance effect, the angle is decreases to 5 degrees, not equal to 90 degrees. That's why it's lags by I is equal to I of t is equal to I am sin omega t minus 5 degrees. If it is pure inductor, I am sin omega t minus 90 degrees. If it is pure inductor, if it is there is no resistor, so for this case, I of t is equal to I am sin omega t minus 90 degrees. But is because of resistance effect, this angle between voltage and current is not equal to 90 degrees. It decreases to some angle. So that's why so you have to take some angle. I of t is equal to I am sin omega t minus 5. So in so here the current flowing through the inductor is called I of t, and voltage across the inductor is called VL, and this voltage supply voltage is called V of t is equal to Vm sin omega t. Start from 0 onwards, but I of t I am sin omega t minus 5 degrees. After 5 degrees onwards, it will be starting. Okay, after 5 degrees onwards, this current waveform is starting like this. Current waveform is starting after 5 degrees onwards. Because of that inductor lags the current. Okay, because of that inductance effect, the current is always lagging. Okay, because of the inducting effect, current is always lagging. So that's why after 5 degrees onwards, the current waveform is starting. Okay, you know, well, current magnitude and voltage magnitudes are different. Okay, current this voltage may be 230 volts, but current maximum current for domestic 2 amps or 10 amps or 5 amps like that only. Okay, that's why the magnitude is so not coincide each other. Okay, voltage magnitude and current magnitudes are different. So voltage magnitude is this much and the current magnitude is only this much. Okay, 230 volts. So V of t is equal to 230 sin omega like that. That means the magnitude of the voltage is high compared to current. So we know that the purely resistive, the voltage and the current both are in phase. Am I right? For purely resistive, the voltage and the current both are in phase, and therefore vector V are drawn superimposed to scale onto a current vector, and purely inductive circuit, the current I lags the voltage by VL by 90 degrees. I'm already explained about resistor and about the inductor. Pure inductor, the voltage and currents are superimposed, but in purely inductor, current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. Current I lags the voltage by 90 degrees for purely inductor. So to draw the vector diagram, first current I is taken as a reference. Taken I, that's called supply current I is taken as a reference. This is shown in figure 2.24. So here, okay, this one is a waveform. So like this, and the next V are drawn in phase with I. So voltage across the resistor and the current both are in phase. And next VL drawn 90 degrees leading the I. Voltage leads the current by 90 degrees, or current lags the voltage by 90 degrees. Both are same. Okay, voltage leading or current lagging. Both meanings are same. Supply voltage V is the then phasor addition of VR and VL. Supply voltage is called phasor addition of this VR and VL. Okay, so like this. So across the resistor, current and voltage VR are in phase. We know well. Okay, already studied in across. So in previous lecture, so voltage and currents are in phase, and across the inductor, voltage leads and the current lags. Okay, 90 degrees angle between these, and the resultant of these two is called phasor sum. Addition of VR and VL. Resultant of these two is called phasor sum of VR and VL is called VS, supply voltage. So by considering this is called phasor diagram. This phasor diagram, this is called current across the resistor. So voltage and currents are in phase. That's why this is called VR and I. Okay, and across the inductor, voltage leads by current 90 degrees. That's why VL. This is VL. Leads the current by 90 degrees, and the resultant of this VL and VR is called his supply voltage, that is called V. So addition of this voltage, so VR, and addition of VL, so that is nothing but VL. This is called VL, and then VL plus VR is equal V is equal to VL plus VR. It's called phasor addition of voltage across the inductor and voltage across the resistor is nothing but supply voltage. V is equal to VL plus VR. Understood? Where the across the resistor and across the inductor. Resultant of these two is called supply voltage V is equal to VL plus VR. Okay, V's are addition of VL plus VR. Don't consider just by adding, don't add VR and VL. Okay, this is nothing but V is equal to, according to the Pythagoras rule. So what is this V supply voltage? Under root of VR square plus VL square. No? So this is called VL. This is called VL, and this is called VR. According to the Pythagoras rule, this V is equal to under root of VR square plus VL square. Okay, so here this is called phasor addition. Okay, this is called so vector notation. So like this. Okay, V supply voltage V is equal to VL. Okay, VL plus and VR. So actually, so we have to represent like this manner. Understood? So all of you represent like this. V is equal to VL, vector addition of VL and VR. So these are phase VL plus phase VR is equal to supply voltage. So then V is equal to under root of VR square plus VL square according to the Pythagoras rule. You know well? It's clear. So thus from the above it can be said that the current the current in series RL circuit lags the applied voltage V by an angle phi. So that's why the current I lags the supply voltage by some angle phi. Okay. So if the supply voltage is equal to V is equal to Vm sin omega t, and then current I is equal to Im sin omega t minus phi. Okay. This is V is equal to Vm sin omega t, then I is equal to Im sin omega t minus phi. This is the voltage expression, this is the current expression. And then I is equal to Vm by Z. Okay, Im is equal to Vm by Z is called I is equal to V by Z, no? I is equal to V by R. For resistor, that is called for DC, only resistance component. For AC, impedance, okay, reactance component also we have to consider for AC. That's why Im is equal to Vm by Z. Z is called impedance. Impedance is nothing but resistance plus inductance. R plus J into XL. Okay, resistance plus reactance. R plus J into XL. This reactance is called XL. Inductive reactance is represented by XL. Okay, Im is equal to Vm by Z. Then, so next coming to the voltage triangle, impedance triangle, and power triangle. Voltage triangle, impedance triangle, and power triangle. So this is the concept. Okay. So what is meant by voltage triangle? What is meant by impedance triangle? So voltage triangle, for this voltage triangle, voltage VR is equal to I into R. Voltage across the resistor is called I into R. So this is called voltage for the resistor. And the voltage across the inductor, VL is equal to I into XL. I into XL, XL is nothing but inductive reactance. Okay. So V is equal to I into Z. So from this is called VR, this is called VL, this is called supply voltage, total voltage. Right? This is called from this diagram. So VR is equal to I into R, VL is equal to I into XL, V is equal to total voltage nothing but I into Z. This is called voltage triangle. Okay. Then voltage V is equal to under of VR square plus VL square. So this total voltage, this voltage is nothing but according to the Pythagoras rule, VR square plus VL square. The supply voltage is equal to VR square plus VL square. This voltage, so this voltage is equal to under root of VR square plus VL square. Okay. So this is the voltage, supply voltage, and then substitute VR is equal to I into R, and VL is equal to I into XL, and then you will get I into under of R square plus X square. So under of R square plus XL square is nothing but Z, impedance. Impedance Z is equal to R plus J into XL actually. Z is equal to R plus J into XL. Then magnitude of Z is nothing but under of R square plus XL square. No? Okay. You know well X plus JY. So what is the magnitude of X plus JY? Under of X square plus Y square. No? Same way your R plus J into XL. Actually this is the R plus J into XL. So under of R square plus J square XL square is nothing but impedance Z. So where Z is called under of R square plus XL square. And then next impedance triangle. So this is called R, this is called XL, this is called Z. Okay, here only resistance, inductance, and it's called impedance. Z is equal to R plus Z. According to the Pythagoras rule, so you know Z is equal to under of R square plus X square. Z is equal to under of R square plus X square. And pi is equal to tan inverse of imaginary part by real part. That is called XL by R. So R plus J into XL, there is nothing but XL by R. Pi is equal to inverse of XL by R. This is for impedance triangle. Then power triangle. So real power. So resistance, power consumed by the resistance is called real power. Power consumed by the resistance, that is called real power in watts. Okay. Yep, real power. And a reactive power, there is nothing but, so reactive power because of inductor. Okay, this is called VL. So VL is nothing but reactive power. So that is called reactive power. Reactive power is units are var, where volt ampere reactance. Volt ampere reactance is called reactive power. That is represented by Q. I'm already explained this notations, definitions. So real power in watts like this, and reactive power so like this, and apparent power S is V into A. Okay. But then real power is equal to VA cos pi, and then power is equal to I square into R. You know well, this is also power is equal to I square into R, or power is equal to V square by R. This is called real power. And reactive power, Q is equal to VI sin pi. The reactive power is nothing but Q VI sin pi. No? Cos pi is equal to here. From this real power, so power is equal to VI cos pi. So from reactive power, VI sin pi. So that is equal to I square into XL. It's called because of inductance, reactive power. And the apparent power is nothing but S is equal to V into I. That is called I square into Z. Okay, V is equal to I into Z. V is equal to I into R. It's called I square into R. V is equal to I into X. That is nothing but I square into XL. Okay, so S is equal to V into I, but V is equal to I into Z. Okay, V is equal to I into Z. And substitute here, you will get I square into Z. So like this. So this is called real power, reactive power, apparent power. Understood? And then form factor is nothing but form factor. Power factor. Power factor, not form factor. Power factor is called cos pi. Cos pi is equal to R by Z is also called as cos pi. So from this impedance triangle, what is the cos pi here? The okay, what is the cos pi here? R by Z. No? Okay, adjacent by hypotenuse is called cos pi, R by Z, and then also P by S. From this relation, what is the cos pi? Cos pi is equal to, so adjacent by hypotenuse is called P. This is called P. This is called S. Okay, this is called P. P by S is called active power by apparent power. K double by KVA. This is called watts per VA. Otherwise, K double by KVA is called K double by KVA is called power factor. Okay, power factor cos pi is equal to R by Z. That is called K double by KVA. So power. Then coming to the power. The instantaneous value of the power drawn by the circuit is given by the product of the instantaneous values of the voltage and current. The instantaneous value of power drawn by the circuit is given by the product of instantaneous values of voltage and current. And then renewable instantaneous power, small values, PT is equal to V into I, then Vm sin omega t into Im sin omega t minus pi. Renewable for RL circuit, Im sin omega t minus pi. Vm sin omega t. Then PT is equal to Vm into Im into sin omega t minus. Substitute and okay, simplify this expression, you will get PT is equal to Vm by M by 2 into I cos pi minus cos 2 omega t minus. Thus, the instantaneous values of the power consisting of two components. First component is called constant with respect to time, and the second component vary with respect to time. First component with constant with respect to time, and the second component vary with respect to time. Okay, the instantaneous power is called. Then average power. Average power is equal to integral 0 to pi. So different integration of this. Okay, 0 to 2 pi and Vm integrate this. Okay, Vm by 2 into cos pi minus cos 2 omega t minus pi. So integrate this expression and simplify, and you will get finally. So P average is equal to Va cos pi. Okay, VRMS is equal to Vm by root 2, IRMS is equal to Im by root 2. That is called P average is equal to VRMS into IRMS into cos pi is called average power. Okay, so do the simplifications like this, you will get finally P average is equal to VRMS into IRMS into cos pi. So this is enough today. So okay, so this is for RL circuit, complete explanation about RL circuit.